Hello and welcome to my Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 Let's Play. Let me give you a quick introduction. I am a big Undertale slash Deltarune fan. I myself have watched many Let's Plays of both. Only my Chapter 2 playthrough will be fully blind. I am very familiar with Chapter 1. If you want, you can skip straight to Chapter 2. Here is a link. It's part 20 of my Let's Play. As of now, I have fully beaten Chapter 2. The whole Let's Play is pre-recorded. I cannot read or react to comments. This was done to prevent myself from getting spoiled. My Let's Play style is very thorough. I love to show off everything I can in the game, including to the point where I reload and do alternate options. I also do full voice acting. I do have a negative tendency to ramble, but I do try to constrain it whenever I can. Each video contains timestamps for each section, so if you want to skip ahead to a certain section, or you don't want to listen to my thoughts on something, you can skip ahead quite easily. I will also reference Undertale quite a lot, but I will not spoil any plot elements, just characters. Still, there is a blanket spoiler warning for Undertale if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff. So no matter if you are new to the series or a veteran and watch many Let's Plays like I myself have, I hope you will find something to like in my Let's Play. I know I am very passionate about the game myself. Without further ado, let's get into Chapter 1. Alright, here we are, good to go. So I am very happy to finally get started. So the first thing I want to mention is that we've seen a screen just like this during the big Deltarune stream, but it was a little bit different. It used to say something along the lines of, would you like to continue or start from chapter 1? So just a small difference. Alright, so yes, I will start from chapter 1. Oh, there goes the text. I do want to start the game from the start, even though I've seen it already. So let's see if this is any different or not. I'm very happy to be doing this no matter what. Are you there? Are we connected? I don't know, you tell me. I have the game windowed, and in the top left, where you see the name of the program, it says contact. Excellent. Truly excellent. So yeah, it says contact in the... This is the name of the window. Now, we may begin. So who is talking to us? I have absolutely no idea. I wonder if this will be explained in the full game. First, maybe even chapter 2, you must create a vessel. Select the head that you prefer. Alright, so let's see what kind of heads we got. Any new ones? We got bald, hair, more hair, hair with a strand, flat hair, lots of strands, barber accident, and somewhat longer hair. Which one do we go with? I don't think it'll matter in the end, but I guess let's go with the long hair, sure. Select the torso that you prefer. What are our options? 2 stripes, 2 stripes, 2 stripes, 2 stripes, 2 stripes with a line, and 2 stripes with a line and 2 dots. Yeah, so just like the first time, this isn't really any different. The arms are different, the sleeves are pulled up here. Let's go with the third one. Select the legs that you prefer. Alright, so we're gonna create our avatar here. Yeah, these are all still exactly the same, except for the last one, in which the left leg is thicker than the right leg. That's the only difference I can ascertain. Sure, let's go with the last one. This is your body. Am I gonna get eyes? Oh, do you accept it? Alright, what if I say no? I think it just throws you right back here. Yeah, it forces you to select something. Whenever I will be given the option to select between yes and no, I will usually select no first and then go back and select yes, because oftentimes in Undertale and Deltarune, there's some funny dialogue if you say no. Yes, I do accept it. I have to, I have no choice. Excellent. You have created a wonderful form. Well, thank you. Now, let us shape its mind as your own. Not their mind, its mind. That's a very, like, objectifying pronoun, isn't it? What is its, again, not their, its favorite food? Sweet, soft, sour, salty, pain, or cold? Okay, only, like, 4 of these are related to food, but sure, let's go with cold. Why not? I love ice cream. Your favorite blood type. Alright, if you're confused about this, this is actually a very typical thing in Japanese games. When you have character lists for like Japanese anime characters, you would have things like their name, age, gender, weight, that kind of stuff, and also blood type. Blood type is actually a pretty big thing in Japanese like culture. It's like thought to represent personality or something. So that might be a reference to like Japanese RPGs or Japanese media in general. What color does it like most? Red, blue, green, or cyan? Well, this is a very odd list of colors. Like yellow is not even mentioned here. A lot of colors are not mentioned. Let's go with blue. Blue or cyan. Blue, I guess. I would prefer purple if possible, but sure. Please give it a gift. Kindness. So we are agreeable. Mind, which means we're intelligent, I guess. Ambition, which means that we have the will to do what we set on to do. Bravery, we have, well, the will to do dangerous things, I guess. And voice, which is a very ironic one because we are absolutely a silent protagonist no matter what we choose. So sure, let's go voice. Because I wonder if that will change anything in the future. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? How do you feel about your creation? It will not hear. Love, hope, disgust, or fear? I'm gonna go with hope. Hope that this will turn into something amazing. Have you answered honestly? Again, it doesn't actually matter what you say here. I know for a fact if you pick no, it will still continue as if you said yes. So let's say yes anyways. You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure. Now, at first, I thought this might have been like a seizure warning, like if you say no, the game will not show like seizure-inducing content. But again, it doesn't matter if you say yes or no; it'll be the same either way. Let's go with yes, regardless. I know spoilers, but like I said, I already played Chapter 1, and I will not be pretending that it is new to me because it's not. Please name your vessel. Let's go with Mug, shall we? Where's the M? It's alphabetical, which ironically makes it harder to navigate than if it were something like QWERTY or AZERTY. End. Yep, Mug seems good to me. We called it Mug. Quotation marks. We called it Mug, so called. And what about the creator? Your own name. Alright, I haven't actually thought about what to put here. I can have it be the same name and it will react. It will be like, ah, the same as the vessel you name. Of course, it's the same. We'll do something different. Let's go with Rob. R-O-B. Sure. That works for me. Rob. Excellent. Truly excellent. Rob, thank you for your time. It was my pleasure. Your answers, your wonderful creation, will now be discarded. No one can choose who they are in this world. Your name is Kris. Oh my god, when I first played this, I like almost had a heart attack seeing Toriel again because when they first released when Toby Fox first released Chapter 1, it was disguised as like some sort of survey questionnaire program. No one who downloaded that thing actually knew that they were literally getting tricked into playing a follow-up to Undertale. So when I wish I had my original reactions, but I don't, obviously. Also, the top left name of the program has changed from Contact to The Beginning. Kris, Kris, if you do not wake up, we will be late for school. I will wait outside for you, alright? Toriel has glasses now, 24/7. And here we have our main character. Evidently not named Mug, but Kris, because we did not have a choice. One way or another. We can walk around, we can open our menu. We'll mess around with the menu later. For now, let's explore our own room. This room is clearly divided into two sides. You have a very fancy side on the left. You have a bed with a computer, trophies, certificates, like even drawings and decoration in general. And then we have our side, which looks really drab, destitute almost. There's not much of anything here. Your bed, closed drawer. So plain. Like we're not describing anything. We're just saying closed drawer. Like this is what it is. It's not worthy of a more detailed investigation. It's a red wagon with a rusty birdcage in it. Looks like it's seen quite a few crashes. I don't know what that's supposed to be implying. Like, were we riding inside of the birdcage or something? I don't know. And in the center, we see a carpet which has a symbol that you might recognize from Undertale. It's the Deltarune. It is a symbol that was found all throughout Undertale, and yes, Deltarune is indeed an anagram of Undertale. It's a beautiful day outside. This will probably trigger some PTSD in some people, but here it's a very innocuous line. The drawer is mostly empty except for a school cross country shirt with a tear in it. Alright, so whoever slept in this room was very sporty. There are CDs under the bed classical, jazz, religious ska. I'll be honest, I actually don't know what ska is, but sure. There's also a game console. Ooh, it has one controller. It has one normal controller and one knockoff one. Yeah, so again, we have more of this dividing line between their room, their side of the room, and our side. Like we probably had the knockoff controller, and they had the real one. I would assume. Same stuff here. Check out the computer. It's a computer desk. There are many boxes under it filled with old books. I think that's all there is to examine, and so far nothing has changed. This room is exactly the same as it was in the original Chapter 1 demo. A cactus. There's not much to say about it. So this is not a tsundere cactus, then? There are many books. Tales of Snails, a storybook. That must be something that Toriel might have read to us. Snails do not have tails, a scientific refutation. Alright, some academic light reading for Toriel, nice. Can snails help your garden? Not really. An assigned copy of The History of Humans and Monsters by Gerson Boom. We do actually know a Gerson from Undertale. It's the old turtle dude, the shopkeeper, if you remember him. We did not know his last name, though, back then. There are crayons in the drawer. Their labels have long since faded, and there's no green. There's no green. Why does it mention that, I wonder? Because we said our favorite color is blue, so it's not a reference to that. So I wonder if that's like a reference to like maybe our the person who slept in our room, their favorite color was green and I used it all up, or it's our favorite color. I don't know. It's only you. Now, any big Undertale player knows that the mirror is always sort of a big deal in. It's always something you should check, and the dialogue is different depending on the point in the story you are. Here it says, it's only you, which is a very interesting phrasing. Like, not just it's you, it's only you. Like, this can have multiple meanings. It can either mean that there's not more than two of you, it's only one of you, or it can mean that it's expected that you might be someone else, but no, it's only you. And there's also the greater question of who is you referring to exactly. Obviously, a first time player of Deltarune who didn't play Undertale would never analyze this one line so much, but if you have played it, then you know, you would understand why I'm analyzing this so much. Is you referring to Kris, or is you referring to me, the player? I don't know. I have no idea, but definitely keep this in mind. The door is locked. So yeah, if you think I am over analyzing things or just in general going way too slow, well, don't say I didn't warn you. This is just how I let's play things. So if you want someone who does a has a faster pace, then I suggest you find someone else because I'm afraid I'll have some slow moments here and there. Oh, this is the living room. We'll examine the bathroom first. You looked inside the sink's cupboard. There's a can of IC's Cool Boys body spray. Spray for the boys. Flaming hot piece of flavor. Okay. So what this is telling us is that there is, well, a boy living here, I guess. Because Toriel obviously would not use this, so you would assume that we use it. It seems to be almost entirely full, although I do believe it's not actually ours, although so far we have no reason not to believe that. It's a toilet. Flush it. Well, there's no reason to actually flush it, but let's see what happens if you say no. Yeah, it's good to conserve water. We'll do it later, don't worry. On the shower's ledge, there's a small container of apple scented shampoo. Maybe this one belongs to Toriel, our mom, which you just saw, and a gallon-sized container of pet shampoo. Now this is weird because we do not have a pet. So who does this belong to? Is this like the annoying dogs, like shampoo or something? I don't know. Again, we clearly do not have a pet, so I don't know who that belongs to. Can't Does it belong to like Toriel or the person who slept in our room? I don't know. It'd be a bit weird to refer to them as pets, but you know. You flushed the toilet. Victory. And because we are a very strange child, we will continue flushing the toilet. Yes. Kris, is everything alright in there? Oh, I am fine. Don't worry about me. The only thing you should be worried about is the water bill after I'm done with this. We're the ultimate academic duo ever. Kris, what are you doing? You did not put a bath bomb in the toilet again, did you? Look at her face. So again, we are actually getting a story from this. This is lore. We used to put bath bombs in the toilet apparently. That's like actually giving like backstory into what kind of character we are/were. Kind of a mean child, huh? If we put a bath bomb in the toilet. Kris, if anything bad happens, you are paying for the plumbing bill. I think that's where it ends, but I'll try again. Yeah, it's interesting how she worries about the plumbing bill. Wait, is that different? I think that dialogue used to be different. No, actually, I think it used to be the same. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I find it odd how she's worried about the toilet breaking rather than simply us wasting water. Although I think she might be thinking that we're putting like a bath bomb inside of it again. Maybe that's why she's like, the toilet might break. Um, there's a photo on the fridge. It's of you, your mother, and your brother. So now it's officially confirmed. Yes, the person sleeping in our room was our brother. There's some white fur stuck in a drain. Classic callback to Undertale, of course. There's some cinnamony batter caked on the stovetop. I guess Toriel does not use fire magic this time to cook? Cookie cutters for gingerbread monsters and gingerbread humans. Nothing new. It's a trash can, spelled as one word. Somehow it's emitting a pleasant floral scent. A pleasant floral scent coming from a trash can. Yeah, that might be something to keep in mind for later. Now, this is something very silly to point out, but these four chairs and this table, it really reminds me of the exact same sort of setup that we see in Undertale in Toriel's house and the later house, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but this is not really an Undertale spoiler, but when you first meet Toriel and you see this, there are originally, I think, three chairs, and in the second house, you will see four chairs. All of this is to say that the amount of chairs at the dining table represents how many family members are or were present. Also in the back, we have like some statues or something. Do you see that? You can actually examine it. I never knew what they were about, but we have two figures looking at each other, and then we have one of the figures walking to the left, and then here we have like, yeah, what is going on here? Has anyone ever talked about this? Then we have, I don't know, one of them is growing up, and then we have the right figure collapsing, and the left figure looking back on the collapsed. I don't know what's happening. You tell me, because I have no explanation for that. It's a landline phone, but you already have a cell phone. That is correct. And since we do have a cell phone, let's see if we can examine it. This is our options menu. Note how it looks exactly the same as it does in Undertale. We cannot check our items, which again, I want you to keep that in mind because that will change. We have our stats menu. Kris is our name, not Mug, Kris. We are level 1, 20 HP, attack 10, 1 in parentheses. That typically means you have a weapon equipped. That's what the 1 means. So you have 10 base attack. And then you have an item which boosts it by 1. I know it's honestly rather confusing. EXP equals 0, defense 10, next 10. So 10 EXP to level up. Our weapon is a pencil. I guess we're just a student, so that's sort of quote unquote weapons we would have. Armor is a bandage, just like Undertale, just a simple bandage that we are somehow using as armor. And money equals 2. Nice, we're not completely poor. Let's try calling someone. Call home, even though we are home. The phone is ringing, but he can't get it. Huh, why not? You're already on the phone after all. I never actually tried calling home, if you can believe it, so this is actually new dialogue for me. Shouldn't that call the landline? So shouldn't it be calling the landline because we're calling from a cell phone? Does that make sense? I guess not. It's Cheriel, the beloved room's living chair. This is a reference to Undertale again. If you checked the chair, the normal like sitting chair, not this fancy chair, in Toriel's room in Undertale, it would say Cheriel as well. It's a TV. Doesn't even seem to be plugged in anymore. I found this very odd. Why exactly do we have a TV that's not plugged anymore? Because no one watches it? So I guess neither Toriel nor us ever watch TV. That's a bit, I don't know, am I crazy? A bit strange? Can't examine the couch. It's a book of hymns. Interesting. So that's clearly an important book if it's the only one right next to the big couch. So Toriel is like, has significantly more religiosity, I would say, than in Undertale. We'll see more references to this later. All right. After, let's see, how long does this take? 21 minutes. After 21 minutes, let's finally leave the house. I am the slowest Let's Player there ever is. I know. Oh, sorry, but not really. Kris, there you are. We might still be able to make it. Kris, it is a beautiful day outside. Today, is it not? I hope it stays this way when Asriel visits next week. But I wonder, after the excitement of university, will he still enjoy coming home to this small little town? And here is our school, which if you remember the ending to Undertale, this looks suspiciously like the school we saw in that ending. Toriel is indeed a teacher. Aw, what a nice hug. And we are separating, going our own way. Sadly, Toriel is not our teacher. Instead, we get Alphys, who I'm sure you'll remember. So, does everyone here have a... Oh, Kris, we thought you weren't coming today. That's a weird assumption to make. Do we often just not go to school? We're doing group projects this month. So walk around and find a partner, okay? Alphys is wearing something quite different than she did in Undertale, obviously because she's not a scientist here, she's a teacher. You check the time. It seems to be time for class. The computer's wallpaper is a rotating slideshow of nature images. And, rarely, an image of two buff superheroes embracing, blushing. Oh, Alphys, never change. It's a bunch of roses. Are those roses from anyone, or are they just decoration? Who knows? Well, what? What am I watching on my phone? It's schoolwork, of course. Animated schoolwork, and... hey, Kris, have you chosen a partner yet? I'll get on it. I'll get onto it, Alphys. Don't worry, Mew Mew. You'll always be my partner. Oh, Alphys is just watching anime on her phone and her computer. It seems she's just watching anime, no matter what. Now, fun fact, you can actually examine the posters behind her right now. Looks like motivational quotes from various literature. Try your best, Astral Wolf, even in your darkest hour. That one seems to be from a video game. I think they're all from a video game or anime or something to that effect. So here we see that our students, some of them are recognizable from Undertale, some of them are not, some of them are kind of recognizable. Let's start with the one that is very clearly recognizable from Undertale. Tammy! Crisp! Oh, we're very sorry. Tam already have partner. Tam partner with egg. If you didn't notice, Tam just put an egg on her desk. It's a black and white, hard-boiled egg. It's good to see that these two are still the inseparable duo from Undertale. Sadly, seems like everybody has a partner. So yeah, there's no way you're gonna become partners with the egg. Now this monster clearly looks like Monster Kid from Deltarune, Undertale, but they do look different. Like they look older, grown up a bit. They look more like teenagers rather than a child. Yo, Kris, show up early next time. I ended up having to partner with Snowy. Now he keeps turning to me and saying, "Howdy, partner," like some sort of cowboy. Yo, Kris, you're lucky. I'd rather be partnerless than this. This must be Snowy then? Partner? I hardly know her. What do you think of that one, Kris? Funny, right? No? Well, I got news for you, pal. I already got a partner. Scram. Wow, very rude. That's right, Kris. I got the good partner. And we're gonna be laughing all the way to the bank. Because I need money, and I am also very funny. And this is our first fully new character that we don't recognize. And I am very curious to see what kind of dialogue he would have. Because in the big Deltarune stream from a few days ago, his dialogue was actually completely replaced from the 2018 Chapter 1 demo of Deltarune. So I wonder if it'll be the same as back then or completely new. Ah, Kris, late again, I see. You need a partner? Sorry, I'm already partners with the second smartest student. Though, wait, Kris, now that I think about it, your unique skill set might help a lot on this assignment. Pfft, not, I actually want to get an A. Alright, interesting, so they had new dialogue, like I said, in that stream, and this is not that dialogue, so that new dialogue they have for the stream was stream specific. Interesting, they reverted it back to the original. In the stream, his dialogue was something like, he was talking about like Twitch streaming and speedrunning stuff, something about me being higher on the leaderboard than him, that kind of stuff. Ask elsewhere, Kris, I actually want to get an A. If you can't get anyone, maybe your mom will be a partner again. So our mom used to be a partner for like an assignment sometime in the past. Interesting. More new characters. Hey Kris, what's up? Did you lose your pencil again? Here, you want the candy cane one or the one with the lights on it? Huh? You want to be partners? Sorry, Birdly already asked me. But I could ask Miss Alphys if we could make a group of 3. I'll ask if you're sure. No, not yet. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone else you can ask. Yeah, let's ask her. Another new character, although she does seem very faintly reminiscent of a certain cat monster in Undertale. Click, click, tap, tap. Taken. Yeah, she's just on her phone at all times. She is not much for words. And we also have a new snake monster. Kris, you know Jockington and Carrie are always partners. We're the ultimate academic duo ever since our first gym class. It was hula hoop day and they ran out of hoops for us. So she used me instead. That's our origin story. Oh, that's very forthright of you. Alright, so Jockington and Carrie are friends. We seem different, but we and Carrie have a ton in common. A skeleton? We both like breathing and unhinging our jaws. Thanks for that knowledge. I did not know that. That's it for examining everyone in the class. There's one more thing that most people don't try though, which is if you talk to Noelle for a second time and say no again, she actually says something slightly different. Do you want to be partners? Not yet, even though I examined everyone. Okay, you just keep doing your thing, Kris. So yeah, she's just like, you're gonna be partners with someone, right? Alright, that's it for all the dialogue in this room. Yes, I want to be partners with Noelle. Let's go. Okay, I'll ask. Miss Alphys, is it okay if we have a group of 3? Hey, what? No, I do not approve of this. Abort. What? But Kris doesn't yet have a... Noelle, what were you saying? She was just saying we're fine being alone. Actually, I just wanted to know if... Noelle, can you please speak up? Hi, Susie. Whoa. So, like, even Alphys, for whatever reason, seems to be kind of afraid at Susie. Right after she said that Noelle should speak up, she herself got all quiet as she entered the room. That says a lot about her already. And for clarity, yes, Susie is a girl. Some people who play for the first time are a bit confused about that. Am I late? Oh, no, you're fine. We were just choosing partners for the next group project, and um, Susie, you're a Kris. Great. Uh, now that everyone's here, I'll write the assignment. Susie, you gonna take seat maybe, or you keep standing there? Uh, has anyone seen the chalk? This is the third time it's gone missing, and you all know I can't start class without some. How about this? If no one speaks up, everyone gets in trouble. Anyone? Please? Hey, there might be a box in the supply closet. Miss Alphys, why don't Susie and I? Good idea, Noelle. Susie, since you came in last, why didn't you go get it for me? Whatever. Slamming the door. And Kris, can you go with her and make sure she actually gets it and stays out of trouble? Thanks, Kris. See you later. I mean, Noelle kind of already volunteered for that. I'm not sure why you didn't send her instead, but alright, well, teacher's orders. Don't worry, Kris. I've always thought Susie can't be so bad, you know? I'm sure everything will be turning out just fine. And if you have time, could you say hi to her for me? Hmm? Suspicious. Click, click, tap, tap. Don't die. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Kris, if I had arms, I would take off this hat in remembrance of you. Everyone is having a very low expectations of our chances of survival. Uh, Kris, didn't I say being late was a bad idea? It's almost as if you should have, as they say, listened. Alas, Kris, I already tried to help you. Also, fun little fact if you notice, whenever Birdly is talking, his neck almost turns like 180 degrees, which is good because he's a bird and some birds can do that. So thankfully, he's not literally breaking his neck to talk to us. Little detail there. Sue's very need, said egg, never hatch. Wow, that is very rude. I'm sorry. You had to hear that, Tammy. I'll go talk to her about that. Don't worry. I'll make sure she respects the egg. The horrible egg emanates a feeling of pity towards you. No, even the egg is feeling sorry. Yo, Kris, I'm sorry. If I had just waited to be a partner, you wouldn't have to be hers. Oh, she's gonna pound you to pieces, Kris. And then kick the butts of all those little pieces. Kris, just keep running and don't look back. I'll do my best, I guess. Kris, don't listen to them. It's not that bad. You'll probably survive Kris beating you up. Susie beating you up. No, I'm not beating up myself. You're just gonna fail when she doesn't do any of your project. It's like we always say, Kris, you snooze, you lose. That's not very reassuring, huh? Hey, Kris, if you die, can I have your brother's CDs? Oh, you know my brother. Interesting. Asriel, in other words. Asriel is indeed my brother, like Toriel clearly said. Interesting that you know my brother, because he is clearly older than me, because Toriel said that Asriel is in college right now, and I'm clearly not in college, so he must be at least like a few years older. Anyway, so everyone in this class seems to have a very negative opinion of Susie. Well, except for Noelle, I guess. Even Alphys kind of has a noticeable negative reaction to her, which that's not a good sign. Kris, what's the holdup? Go out there. I'm scared. I don't want to get beaten up. Yeah, this didn't change. Why would it change? Can I call anyone? Can I call mom? Mom, please help me. I'm scared. No one picked up. No one picked up because why exactly? Why would it be different? Because whatever. No one's at home to pick it up. Let's just say that. You check the time. Seems to be time for class. All right, that didn't change. All right, I think I'll call it for this episode. So in this episode, we have made probably a lot less progress than other Let's Players because I'm sure I'm playing a lot slower than just about everyone else. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Even though nothing changed, I'm still very happy to be doing Chapter 1 for a Let's Play context. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And I hope that we'll get to new content soon enough. See you then.